Lion only slept for an extra 2 minutes, but when he woke up, he discovered something major was happening outside. He heard not only the sound of air raid sirens, but also saw a military helicopter crash straight into the neighboring building. Before he could figure out what was going on, a chilling scream and roar rang out from downstairs. Confused, he hurried to look down, only to see people in the community frantically fleeing, and his girlfriend was also below, seemingly mesmerized by something. Seeing this, Lion anxiously called for his girlfriend to come upstairs, but to his horror, the next second, she was tackled to the ground by the crowd and brutally bitten. This moment left Lion paralyzed with fear. He had no idea what was happening in the world, so he quickly crawled back into his apartment. Suddenly, a man burst into his home. It turned out to be his neighbor from next door, who said his wife had gone insane and begged Lion to let him hide there. Before Lion could react, the neighbor hurriedly rushed to the bathroom, clutching his neck. Noticing what seemed like bite marks on the man's neck, Lion felt something was off and quickly grabbed a knife for protection. At that moment, the television broadcast urgent news, reporting that a zombie virus had broken out in the city. Infected individuals would become violently bloodthirsty, and those who were bitten would turn into emotionless monsters. The man, now emerging from the bathroom, saw the news and hurriedly insisted he was fine, but in the next moment, his eyes started to become bloodshot and his body showed signs of mutation. Fortunately, at that moment, he still hadn't completely lost his rationality. When faced with Lion's knife threat, he was scared and fled outside. Terrified, Lion quickly locked the door, but the next second, a horrific scream echoed from outside. Curious, Lion peered through the peephole and was horrified to see that his neighbor had been bitten by zombies and was on the verge of death, causing him to collapse to the ground in fear like a frightened little girl. Realizing that the outside was overrun by zombies, Lion's first thought was of his parents. Luckily, his dad had just sent him a message saying they were safe for the moment and advised him to stay indoors. It was only then that Lion realized that if he wanted to survive, he had to rely on himself. To prevent the zombies from breaking in, he hastily pushed the refrigerator against the door and covered all the windows with paper to avoid being spotted by the zombies outside. He even moved his bed to the living room so he could keep an eye on the situation outside at all times. Every day, he drew a straight line on the mirror as a reminder that he had to keep living. However, that night, just as he was about to sleep, he suddenly heard a noise coming from the bathroom. This gave him a bad feeling, so he picked up a baseball bat and quietly went out. To his surprise, a zombie crawled in through the bathroom vent, terrifying Lion, who quickly hid behind the sofa. Watching as the zombie slowly approached him, Lion seized the opportunity to slip behind it and successfully dispatched it. This was his first experience killing a zombie, and it took him over 10 minutes to calm his nerves afterward. He then carried the zombie and quickly threw it off the balcony. To prevent any more zombies from coming in, he hastily wedged a surfboard into the bathroom vent. As the days went by, he faced not only terrifying zombies but also survival problems. Soon, the food in his house was nearly gone. Just when he was sinking into despair, his mom suddenly called him. Excited, he quickly answered the phone, but to his horror, he heard his mother screaming on the other end. Clearly, things were dire for his parents as well. At that moment, he felt like he was going insane. He frantically smashed things around the house to vent his anger, but that did little to quell the rage inside him. He decided it was time to go outside and take revenge on the zombies.